This case is the only personal assistant you're allowed to stare at all day. Now, it won't grab you coffee or book your appointments, but it will tell the time and some other things. So let's check it out. Made mainly of a combination of hard plastic and flexible rubber, the backside, like most things in life, is where the party begins. On the right is a strip of maplewood themed texture, but is it real? Definitely not. But a hipster case like this wouldn't be complete without some exotic characteristic. On the left side is what you paid your hard-earned cash for. A small black and white e-ink display with navigation buttons below it and a battery hidden within the case to power it all on. We'll touch on that later, but to install, simply go in volume side first, then squeeze the opposite corners in place. Now, due to that second screen around back, removal can be a little tricky, so don't try and force it out like a madman. You want to poke your iPhone in the eye, pushing from the camera cutout while peeling the corner back until it pops right out like a baby from its mama. It's actually pretty simple. Taking a look around, the buttons are covered in the rubber, slightly raised, and still offers a satisfying clicky response. A large cutout for the mute rocker, around back a tight cutout for the camera and flash, and thanks to the added gizmos and gadgets, it's more than thick enough to keep your lens from making love to your table. There's cutouts throughout the bottom with enough room to fit most cables and even the classic lightning dock. The case itself has 3 fairly flat rubber covered buttons, but they do offer a clicky response. The left button is to change modes, and the right 2 is to move within each mode, which again we'll touch on in a bit. And thanks to the slim profile, it means it won't be accidentally clicked in your tight ass pockets, pun intended. Otherwise, in the hand, for having its own battery along with a second screen, it's still very manageable for anyone even with little dwarf hands. You don't really notice the extra bulk, as it's really only adding about 2 to 3 millimeters in thickness. And add to the fact it only weighs about 45 grams, it's really not a significant difference for having an extra device attached. The plastic framing around the case holds the case's shape together. Unfortunately, it doesn't offer much grip with its smooth finish. Although that does make it comfortable to hold without any hard edges digging into you, it's only an issue if you've got dry hands like mine, so it's the one time having clammy hands is actually useful. But screw all that stuff, what you really care about is this. You're probably thinking, what value does this tiny ass screen no bigger than my thumb can offer you? Because unlike its bigger brother, the Inkcase i7 I reviewed earlier, that has a full back screen for reading, memories, or for on-the-go a full-blown device on its own. The Inkcase Ivy is that, but on a diet. It's advertised as your virtual assistant, but I've read it's more like having reusable sticky notes, and I'd have to agree with the latter. While it won't actually write any reminders or book any appointments for you, it can alert you of information faster than accessing your iPhone could. The Inkcase Ivy really just provides glanceable information, but it does that well and without requiring you to sacrifice the form or function of the iPhone itself. Other than the fact you have to download another app. I know, poor you. You have to open the app store and input your damn password, but it's how your iPhone will communicate with the case via Bluetooth. It's a one-time setup and it's just as easy as connecting any other Bluetooth device. The app connects to your reminders and calendars app and can show notifications based on 5 keywords you can set within the app. So not all notifications, just the ones you deem important. You can even have a library of wallpapers or membership cards within the app, but only one of each uploaded to the screen at a time. While I don't see a practical use for the wallpapers unless you're into getting off to 8-bit photos, you are able to choose which modes you want available, possibly saving you a few clicks during usage. The membership card did come in handy when I wanted to just carry my phone with me to the gym. Unfortunately, to use any other cards, you have to change it within the app, which sort of kills the point of it. Everything syncs quickly though, but unfortunately for actual useful information, you can't change how it's displayed. Reminders are organized list by list and are sorted by most recent only. While you can hide specific reminders one by one, I wish they had the choice to select which list or offer a bulk edit. My only other gripe, which is due to the screen size, is the word wrap for larger words. It makes for an ugly look and sometimes difficult to understand. This also goes for calendar event listings and notifications. I just hope there is a remedy for these formatting issues in future software updates. Well, you may be sitting there eating your Cheetos thinking, I can just check all that information right on my iPhone. Why would I pay to see that again? And at first, I had the exact same thought eating those exact same Cheetos. But if you're anything like me and get distracted by the smallest squirrel, then turning on your iPhone means checking Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and if you're under 16, Tumblr. Surprisingly, the case itself offers the essential information to keep you productive. You can place your phone face down and get shit done on your to-do list, or when you're in a hurry, you can know when your next meeting is on the go. And if you're poor and you don't own a watch, just having the time on you to keep track of your day may amaze you how much you can actually get done, unless you're a lazy bloke like me. Now, charging the case can get a little tricky as you have to remove the iPhone, then use and hopefully never lose their proprietary cable included. With the port on the inside of the case, which you may be thinking, ugh, I have to do this every time. But thankfully, one charge gives you a whole month of usage, so you can stop your bitching and whining. Having the charging port on the inside means not having to stare at this for the other 29 days of the month. So get over it. Lastly, while it's a very cool case, it's still a case in the end, and although it's advertised to have their Bubble Pro technology, these air pockets within the interior edges of the case, it's hard to say this can take any high drops, as you also have to worry about the screen around back. There's a lip around the front screen which will keep it safe on tabletops, and one around the back too, but you're definitely going to throw this in your pocket, so let's see how it holds up. It's not bad. The screen held up, and just be glad this here wood is fake. The combination of a hard plastic structure with flexible rubber keeps your iPhone safe throwing it onto a table or short drops. But with the extra screen to have to worry about, you've got double the chance for something to f up now. My only complaint, which was the same issue I had with the Inkcase i7 model, is the lack of backlighting. While e-ink displays do much better than regular screens under bright light like under the sun, they're basically unusable at night or in darker environments without any source of light around. On the bright side, I don't see any real world applications to use this case under dark conditions, so it's not a deal breaker for me, but it is something to be aware of if you're some vampire that lives in the shadows. If you like the idea of having glanceable information at your fingertips, literally because your fingertips lay on the screen, then the $50 price tag doesn't seem so bad for having a second screen. Anyways, a big shout out to Oaxis for sponsoring the case and review. It's a huge support for what I do on this channel, but I got complete creative freedom and all opinions expressed are from my own brain. That's it. If you like what you see and want to support me in creating more reviews, head over to our Patreon where I host giveaways, and any amount goes a long way. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more, and leave a comment below letting me know what case you want me to review next. I rest my case.